Hello and welcome back to the bottom. My name is Beast and I'm back with good old IxSHE. No one has yet, everyone has done a good job, no one has yet annoyed me about it, so you shall live for the day. Anyways, as you can see I have a nice little blanket, so it's kind of cold down here, so I'm gonna be snug, all nice and snuggly while I'm, like nice and comfortable when I'm down here recording, so that's something to look forward to. It's like really is nice and warm here. It'll probably get too hot at the moment I start drinking. I don't learn, do I? Anyways, by the way, about the apprenticeship at the Apollo Optic where I had the internship, I wasn't accepted. So yeah, that didn't work out. I have to keep fucking looking. I think this might never work out. Anyways, let's just get into it. Smells good, doesn't it? Also, somebody already talked to me about basically telling me to switch it to black. There's a reason why there's no black. This isn't that easy to read, especially with some of the backgrounds. And white isn't much better because the border is extremely thin. So it's also pretty bad on some backgrounds. So that's why I'm picking red, because it's relatively easy to read here, as you can see. Actually, that's even better than the one you had before. So let's go with it.
Coffee?
Coffee au lait, to be precise, with extra sugar. I thought it might help me calm my. I thought it might help calm your mind. I handed her one of the 2 cups I had made using instant coffee. They say it's a good relaxant.
Relax. ごめんね。変に気使わせちゃって。
I just thought this might help curb my hunger a bit, so I made one for you too. Don't worry about it.
何よそれ。まったく。かっこつけてるのかと思ったら、どっちにしろ私のせいって言ってるようなものじゃない。
Well, at least you know what's on my mind. I think I've succeeded in getting her to loosen up a bit. So, who were you meeting with this morning?
それなんだけど。
She paused for a moment, tracing her finger along the rim of her cup.
生徒会選挙中、私を支持してくれてた子たちがいたのは覚えてる？
Yeah, I remember. The girls who were against me, and more accurately against the ban on romantic relationships being lifted.
そうそう、その子たち。
Part of the reason I came up with this poster plan in the first place was out of concern for them. You're still friends with those girls, aren't you?
もちろん。だからこそ。
She'd met with some good friends of hers, yet her expression seems anything but jolly. So, why the long face?
それが、昨日の結城先輩と小塚さんの件、学園中の騒ぎになっちゃったじゃない？
Yeah, basically everyone had heard the news by the end of the day. I'm guessing those girls didn't find it particularly amusing, though.
風紀は乱れてるし、みんなも浮ついてるし、やっぱり失敗なんじゃないかって。
Right. I can understand where they're coming from. Originally, I'd hoped that I'd be able to ease the worries of these students before any major problems arose. It's partly my fault for not realizing how monumental the change would be, including how I didn't realize how many girls would confess to me.
私もね、まだあれから3日だし、判断するには早いんじゃないかって言ったんだけど、私の手に余るようなら、その時は直接学園側に相談するかも、みたいなこと言ってたし。
But that doesn't explain why you look so glum.
どうしてって？
Yesterday you brought up the crazy idea of having an inappropriate relationship with me just for the sake of getting the ban reinstated. It'd be a much quicker process to just team up with those girls and form your own opposition movement, wouldn't it? いや、それはそうかもしれないけど。 But?
私だって自分勝手なのは分かってる。でも、私が二宮君に告白したなんて言ったら、みんなをがっかりさせちゃうから。
I mean, you said you weren't serious about it, so why can't you just explain that to them?
だからあれはバカ。
Guess I should stop teasing her. Gotta lighten up, Yamabuki. You're too easy to read.
ちょっと、何笑ってるのよ。
Am I really smirking?
ニヤニヤしてた。
I'm trying up a girl who said she liked me here. You can't blame me for smiling a bit. Alright, Yamabuki, I want you to contact the broadcast club.
何いきなり。
Moving up the schedule, arrange a school-wide assembly for me at noon. As a student president, I have something to announce to the student body of both Kensei-kan and Misakihama. So, also make sure you let those girls know too. They might be your supporters, but I want them to hear what I have to say as well.
待って、話すって何を？
You'll see at the assembly. I have a responsibility as the student council president to do something about this. I'll make things right. You can count on it. Clap her on the shoulder reassuringly. After she leaves for the broadcast committee's location, I sit down and begin working on my speech for this afternoon.
すごい人数ね。解禁地の説明会よりも多いんじゃないかしら。
Asuka just goes up on stage. Asuka, this assembly is so short fucking notice. I don't even have my speech written down, so I'll just be frank. Calm your fucking tits, people! Jesus Christ! The ban's been lifted for 3 days and there's already people complaining. Like, it's nice that you want to get into relationships, but calm down. Like, fuck! Well, considering I've been the talk of both schools these past couple days, I'd say that's why. Our tiny auditorium is more than filled to capacity. I even spy some peeking in through the windows. I haven't given any hints as to what my speech today will be about, so I imagine most of the students here are thinking I'll announce whose confession I had decided to accept. Thanks for setting this all up on such short notice.
気にしないでよ。会長のスピーチは数少ない放送部の見せ所だしさ。
準備はできてるから、いつでも始められるよ。
Thank you too, Yamabuki.
でも本当に何を？今朝の話と関係あるのよね。
It is. Did you remember to tell your friends to come?
ねえ、講堂の後ろの方にだけど来てるみたい。
Good. Alright, I think we're ready to start this. Make sure you pay attention to Yamabuki. Before ascending to the podium, I turn to her and raise my hand.
それは、うん。でも何その手。暴力はダメよ。
I was trying to liven up the mood by giving her a high five, but I guess she didn't get the message. There goes my cinematic entrance. I'll just have to high five her once I come down from the podium. After killing this speech, of course. Thank you all for coming here today. I know you'd much rather be spending your lunch break doing other things. But let me be clear, I'm not here to talk about my personal affairs. I'm sure I don't need to say what exactly I'm referring to. Despite the statement, not a single student leaves the auditorium. My speech today will center around the question of whether lifting the ban on romantic relationship was indeed the right choice. Naturally, I understand that each and every one of you has a different opinion on the matter. But I want you to hear me out. All of you men gathered before me. All of you women gathered here before me. I forgot the here there. All of you listening to this broadcast. Never forget that you yourself are a product of your parents' love. It is because of their love that you are alive today. Denying the act of love is to deny the very feeling which brought you into this world. Glancing to the side, I see Yamabuki furrowing her brows. She averts her eyes, staring off towards the back of the auditorium. Some of you may have fears about what is to come, and I understand that. But I want you to know that everything will be alright. We humans are naturally scared of the unknown. That's nothing to be ashamed of. So let us join hands, dip our feet into this new territory together. Thin smattering of applause greets my fervent speech. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. Did you really expect me to say something like that? Those of you who applauded just now, ask yourself, can we truly forge lasting relationships through modesty and delicacy? The scattered clapping comes to an abrupt end. No, I say! To me, that is nothing but hypocrisy born from orthodoxy. Pure deluded idealism. By the way, in case there's no other CG. Also, the people upstairs can probably hear me just delivering this heated speech. So let me ask you again. Should we continue to cling to this irrational ideology? No. Love is not born through reticent and I don't know how it's pronounced there. I motion for Yamabuki not to interrupt and continue speaking. Do you understand where these worries come from now? Are there any of you who feel the same? It's been a mere 3 days since the ban on romance was officially lifted. But in those 3 days, drastic changes have taken place around us. Now let me ask those of you who voted for me, do you still think that lifting the ban was the right choice? Ever since its lifting, some of you have experienced pain and anxiety that you've never had to worry about before. Am I right? For the first time during this assembly, a large murmur runs through the crowd, both inside and outside the auditorium. Proof that the true message behind my words has finally reached them. The truth is, a significant number of students expressed these fears before the ban had been lifted, and they continue to hold on to those sentiments. Now that both sides understand that they exist, we've gathered the valuable ability to compromise with one another. This is how we will come to understand each other. However, let me make clear, that doesn't necessarily mean going against the grain. Remembering stops as everyone attentively fixes their eyes on me. At the end of the day, however, it's just my subjective personal opinion. But that's fine. We of the Student Council pledge to uphold public morals, while also providing you, the students, with all the tools you need to enjoy your lives here. We will be detailing our council affairs as openly as possible in the school newspaper. So please, keep yourselves up to date. And if you have any concerns or questions, you're welcome to stop by and ask us at any time. Even if you simply need help talking to boys, our ever reliable Vice President Yamabuki will gladly provide her assistance. I can't tell if those words are directed to the student body in general or to her friends from this morning, but I do know that the dignified Yamabuki I know and trust has returned in full force. Sorry though, I know we didn't rehearse that. Apologize to her by making brief eye contact. I know that this doesn't fundamentally change anything, nor does anything to resolve the fears of those who have them. But that's exactly why we have such a capable vice president. It's thanks to her that I can continue supporting school romance without going too overboard. Lastly, decide for yourselves if you want to follow the student council. I'll say this once more. Only once. But I want is the freedom to experience all the things we can only experience now while we are young. And I'll stay true to those feelings even if it invites scorn from others. Whether you wish to experience love or not, the choice is yours. The only desire is for you to be happy and enjoy your time here. The auditorium explodes with cheers and applause, making the trepid clapping from earlier feel like nothing but a dream. Among those applauding are Yamabuki's friends at the back. They even seem to be smiling, albeit somewhat awkwardly. I think it's safe to say this was a success. But that doesn't mean it's smooth sailing from here on out. fact, there's only the first hurdle to overcome. Standing ovation continues loudly, even as I leave the auditorium behind.
IxSHE
I just love this spot. You can see for miles out. There's just a sense of freedom here, you know. Really suits my current mood. The refreshing ocean breeze cools my heated cheeks, still flushed with the excitement from the speech. Don't you agree, Yamabuki?
そうね。
I can tell she wants to say something, but I'll wait until she's ready. I think I'm going to spend the rest of my lunch break here. After finishing my speech, I found myself naturally walking here. This is the observation deck of the tallest clock tower on campus. If I were to stroll through the school right now, I'd probably be surrounded by a mob of students in a heartbeat. Fortunately, the speech took a lot out of me. I don't think I'd have the energy to deal with that many people right now. Anyways, that's why I came here, for a bit of a breather. What about you?
私は、さっきのことで、二宮君にお礼を言わなきゃと思って。
Why? You didn't have to follow me all the way out here just for that. So that's what you wanted to say to me?
でも二宮君、私のためにあんなスピーチを。
Not particular. Not like I told you, I was just moving things up the schedule. Speech was something I would have had to do eventually either way.
そうなの?
Even before we went through with the lifting of the ban, I knew there'd be problems we'd have to overcome. But I also knew there'd be a number of unforeseen issues that we'd only discover after lifting it. I was planning to make a speech after most of them had come to light.
そっか。
Still, I'd say things went very well today. Might even be another special report in the school paper by the end of the day. All this attention lines up perfectly for the poster project too, come to think of it.
でも、最後はみんなも笑ってた。
Yeah, me too.
私を頼ってくれたみんなを失望させなくて済んだわ。
Yep.
二宮君が私に気を使ってくれたおかげで。ね。ありがとう。
But I said you didn't have to thank me. I'm starting to get goosebumps from the embarrassment. But if those words came from the heart, then I'm grateful for them. Well, I hope you don't mind me saying this either, then.
何?
I know you're glad that your friends left happy. I push up the corners of my mouth using my fingers, imitating the expression on her face. But right now, you've got the biggest smile of them all. Forget much better than the face you were making this morning.
やだ! 私そんなデレデレした。見ちゃダメ!
Adorable. A bit late for that. Why? Looks nice on you.
エッチ。
Oh, that's pretty golden coming from the girl who practically pleaded with me to violate her.
心を侵されるのは別なの。
She tries to hide her embarrassment by balling her hands into fists and raining down light punches on my chest. Ah! So, I think only one person has asked me to do a character. And you think it was Kasumi? Actually, I think one said Kasumi and one said Ayaka. But by God, it's just... Yoshino's just shooting up way too much. Not that it hurts at all. If this is the price I have to pay for seeing that adorable bashful expression, I'll happily pay for it. I'll happily pay it. I should probably quit going all violating this, violating that, though. Here's the thing.
何を?
Her fists come to a stop, and she looks up at me curiously. I lifted the ban on romance because I wanted every student here to have the opportunity to enjoy their school life to the fullest. That includes you.
私も含めて?
I know I probably sound like a broken record at this point, but you're only young once. It just doesn't feel right to spend every day being all stiff and frowny. You know what I mean?
それは、まあ。
Everyone expresses their happiness in different ways. But I can't imagine that someone who strives to make their friends smile wants to look like a sourpuss 24/7.
その考え自体は否定しないわ。その考えはね。でも、忘れたわけじゃないでしょうね。
Are you implying I'm wrong about something else?
そりゃそうよ。だって私は、恋愛を認めたわけじゃないんだから。ね。
Yeah, I know. I'm content enough with her agreeing that we should enjoy our school life here. That's what I like about her. In fact, she wouldn't be Yamabuki if her approval would be once. She wouldn't be Yamabuki if her approval could be won so easily.
なんかニヤニヤしてるのは納得いかないけど、まあいいわ。というか、そんな二宮くんに、私からも一つ聞いていい？
Ask away.
それじゃあ、
She crosses her arms over her chest as her eyes dart around seriously. What exactly does she want to ask?
恋愛解禁って、要するに二宮くんが彼女とキャッキャウフフな学園生活を送るために実現させたのよね。
Her harsh wording aside, yeah, that's pretty much why.
でも、それならどうして周りのことまで気にするの？みんなにも楽しんでほしいって、どうして？
In short, why is my own happiness not the only priority? But my reason is honestly rather... I guess I just want people to pay attention, you know? I want them to call me lucky, say my girlfriend's the cutest, things like that.
ああ、ここに来て意外と人間臭い。
Well, think about it. Say we were dating. What would feel better? If no one cared about us? Or if they said things like, wow, Ninamiya's girlfriend's so cute. Man, I wish I had a girlfriend as good looking as Yamabuki. I'll just pretend I didn't see that.
うるさいわね。そんなの嬉しいに決まってるじゃない。ああ、ちなみに一般論だからね。
Sure. That's why it's fun to be around you girls. You're all serious about romance.
なるほどね。そういうことなら、まあ、わからなくもないわ。実際、小清水さんたちとの接点も増えてるし。
Move it up a bit, actually remove the covers. Get rid of them. I'm starting to actually feel hot over here. Catch! I don't know why I screamed catch as I threw it to the armless fucking mannequin. Although they're rivals, supposedly, her expression on her face suggests that she rather enjoys their company. Not that I am in a position to speak of her speak to her feelings. What is it?
じゃあ、二宮くん、自分に彼女がいても、他の男子に彼女ができたら羨ましいって思うの？
Well, I mean, don't nitpick every word I say.
まあいいけど。
Hold on, don't just nod like you know exactly what I'm thinking.
いいじゃない。だってほら、まずはお互いを知ろうって話になってるんだし。
He's got me there. Face says it all. Aim it higher. There we go. Earlier I had a goddamn blanket wrapped around me. Now I have the goddamn fan running. Today's a weird day. Fine, alright. I'm sorry for what I said earlier. But anyways, seeing as my speech was a success, let's try this again. I turned towards her and raised my hand in the air like last time.
だからそれって何なの？
She mimics my gesture but only wiggles her fingers in the air. Apparently she's never given anyone a high five before. What?
さっきので私に恩を売って、代わりに胸触らせろとか言うんじゃ。
Please don't put words in my mouth! She's really acting like she has a screw loose these past few days. I had no idea this was how she's really like. It's a high five! Have you honestly never done it before?
ハイタッチ？ああ、やらしい！やっぱり私の胸が目当てだったのね。
I like how they changed it up so it actually fit. I don't even know how to respond to that.
何よその顔。男子ってこういう下品なのが好きなんじゃないの？
You're doing this on purpose?
弟よ。前に弟がそんなこと言ってるのを注意したことがあってん。
It certainly seemed like the kind of thing only a guy would say. Still, I'm impressed she managed to say it with such a straight face, given her personality. I have to say, though, I kind of dig girls who can say dirty jokes. A high five is, you know, something you do when you want to celebrate something good with someone. You've never seen two people cheer and slap each other's hands in the air?
スポーツで見たことあるわ。私もあれやってみたかったの。
This conversation's taken a hell of a detour. Well, anyways, it looks like the student council's going to be pretty busy from here on out. Got in your continued support, Miss Vice President.
こちらこそよろしく、隊長。
Sharp clap of our hands echoes high and far, carried by the breeze until it vanishes into the blue. We don't talk much after that, but the rest of our lunch break is spent together in comfortable silence. Alright, looks like everyone's here. I think it's time we get started. As I said yesterday, I'd like to begin working on our posters as soon as possible so we can put them up before public interest fades. School is now out. The Misakiyama Student Council executives have gathered in our student council room, along with Kushimizu and Yuki. Since I'd already decided who I would be modeling with, I could have told them I could have told everyone during lunch break, but I chose to wait.
それについて念のためお聞きしますが、先輩はすでにお相手は決めてらっしゃいますのよね。
Of course, I've given it a lot of thought, and... Wait, calm down! I haven't told the person in question yet either!
ですが、ここにいる4人のうちの誰かなんですよね。
Who knows? The person I'll be modeling with is... What?
ちょっと、いきなり大きな声を出さないでください。びっくりした。
It wasn't really a scream.
しおりね、女の子なんだし、口は閉じよ。
Everyone's attention shifts towards Yuki after her sudden outburst.
いや、ごめんごめん。ただ、私としてはもちろん選ばれる気でいるけど、念のためというか、別に誰か一人じゃなくてもいいかなーなんて。そうですね。昨日は確かにイメージが悪いとは言いましたけど。
They don't want to know who he picked. The nervousness is so readily apparent on their faces that it's making me sweat just watching them.
まさかお二人とも、この後に及んでおちけつきましてやだなぁ。あくまでみんなにチャンスをあげようって優しさよ。どう考えたって、パーフェクトに可愛い私以外にはありえないんだから。いえいえ、ここは副会長である私に決まってるじゃないですか。
If I had to rank the characters right now, it's Yoshino, Ayaka, then Shiori, Kasumi, then Yui.
ねえ。
Why do I feel in danger? I really shouldn't have postponed this. Well, as I was trying to say, the person I'll be modeling with is... Koshimizu.
はい、小清水先輩と。
Hakwa, the only level person in the room, writes down her name on the whiteboard.
ちなみに俺の隣、空いてるっすよ。
本気でおっしゃってますの？
すいません。
A student council secretary breaks under Kosuka's withering gaze, tossing away his marker and running away in shame. That guy just can't catch a break, can he? Not that I'm one to talk.
本当に私でいいんですか？
Sure as can be. Is that alright with you?
はい。選ばれたからには、二宮さんのお役に立ってみせます。
She holds up two small, determined fists. Look like she's definitely got plenty of enthusiasm. But even though we've now settled this matter...
パーフェクトなこの私が。 ちなみに会長、決め手は小清水さんに決められた理
Probably
由
the
は
momentum. It wasn't anything complicated. I can understand why you and Kozuka wanted to model with me, and I'm sure Yuki would definitely appreciate the spotlight. But Koshimizu just wanted to do it, not because she felt obligated to. I wanted to show her that I respect that kind of pure-hearted attitude towards things.
まあ、そういう見方もあるわね。そうおっしゃられると、返す言葉もございません。
Basically, this is the wake-up call. Stop trying to think of fucking excuses! My words end up sounding a bit self-righteous, but I hope they can forgive me for it just this once.
つまりモデルは、純粋にやりたいって人なら誰でもよかったの？
I wouldn't say anyone. That was just what ended up being the deciding factor this time around. If they'd accused me of taking the easy way out, I'd be forced to agree.
ならとりあえずモデルは私と小清水さんで決まりね。
Wait, what?
場所は何箇所かこっちでも。
Shiori! Stop! Please!
はい、写真部の人と。
Said stop, goddammit! Why'd you include yourself in there, Shiori?
やだなぁ。変なはじめ。
I feel in danger.
昨日言ったでしょ？私にとっても恋愛禁止は邪魔だったって。
Yeah, I remember. You were basically implying that you have someone you're interested in, so you wanted me to... Huh? I didn't even assume that you was talking about someone else in the first place. I like how here it's just a realization. Why was I stupid? I mean, I guess the way she phrased it was partly to blame, but I really should have realized.
そう。だからはじめが私の気になってる人。
I'm scared! I'm sorry about that one. That just kind of slipped out. Please ignore that. What does it come from?
しおりね、いつからお兄のこと？小さい頃からずーっと。私がいつでもはじめのそばにいたのは、はじめのことが好きだから。だってさ、お兄！でも、なんだかんだで、私もお兄は嫌いじゃないぞ。
Stop it, Alba! You do not have a
俺
route.
も悔しいのに、会長は嫌いになれないっす。
Thanks, I guess. Wait, why are you guys just going along with this? They seem a little too nonchalant given the situation.
だから私も、はじめと一緒にモデルやりたい。言ったよね、はじめ。やりたい気持ちを尊重するって。
I did, but Shiri, she's the photographer. She can't really model.
ああ、それと告白の返事だけど、考える時間は必要？
Confession? Alright, she just confessed to
で
me.
もはじめ、私の場合、みんなと違って、お互いを知ってから、なんて、ぬるいこと言わないよね。
She is mean! She is so mean! Jesus Christ! She's a clever little shit. By God! I think she just shut up, and now is tied with Ayaka. Huh? Oh, no,
そ
bye.
んな時間作らなくても、私たちならお互いのこと、もうよく知ってる仲だもん。だって私は。はじめの一番の理解者。なんだから？
I feel like this shot would actually be a surprisingly good CG.
まあまあ、二宮さん大人気です。そういう問題じゃないから。
Now's not the time for that!
二宮くん、どういうこと？
To be honest, I'm just as astonished as they are.
ここに来て、ライバルが増えましたの？違うよ、小塚さん。と申しますと、ライバルっていうのは、競い合う相手のこと。でも私は、
She's so cocky. She knows that she has the advantage here.
みんなよりも、一歩先。ほほほほほ。なかなか面白いことをおっしゃりますのね。
The expression on Shiori's face right now. I definitely know her well, but apparently there are still sides of her that I've never seen.
ですが私、花森先輩に限らず、どなたにも負ける気はありませんわ。私だって、絶対二宮くんを惚れさせてみせるんだから。では二宮さん、ポスターの撮影に行きましょう。
Huh? You want to do it right now?
ちょっと、小清水さん？じゃあ私も、花森先輩。
Oh, brother. Now even Shiori's joined the race. Even in my wildest dreams, I never in my wildest dreams imagined that my childhood friend would come out with this sort of confession. I'm happy, of course, but I'm also utterly flummoxed. Perhaps these past 2 days were only a precursor to what's really about to come. But at the same time, I've never been this excited in my entire life. Can't lie. This is exactly the kind of life I've been hoping for! Oh, we got an opening. Hold on. Turn that display caption on. How about do not look? Oh fuck, I have 2 screens I have to cover. You know what, while this plays, I'm just like grabbing another beer. There we go. Done with that. Apparently encoding is overloaded. Did I forget to did I forget to delete the goddamn hold up. Yep, I forgot to delete the absolute waste of time from yesterday. You know what, while I'm at it, might as well... Steam, open up... Actually opens up Steam, please. Oh, motherfucker. I can't move anything from below there. Basically, I'm going to close it here. Try to open it here. Then... that doesn't work. Nah, it doesn't work. It opens up on that side still. Shit. Oh well. Why is this happening to me? I ducked behind the cover of a nearby pillar, trying to stifle my heavy breathing. The footsteps behind me have vanished for now, but I can't guarantee you that more pursuers won't appear. The student council room is probably the one safe haven I have. At least it has a lock. The problem is how to get there unnoticed. I just need to wait for the right opportunity and... I stuck my head out to check my surroundings, and that was my mistake.
みんな西側一帯多目的室前の廊下に集合
Our eyes meet. It's the girl who had been chasing me earlier. Can't let them catch me no matter what. Time to make a mad dash for it.
会長ちょっとでいいから話聞かせてくださいよ二宮会長今日は誰とデートするんですかというか私ともデートしてください
I told you already I have other plans today! You might be asking, why am I being chased by these girls? To understand everything, we must go back 15 minutes. I just left the dorm alongside Yamabuki. We were talking about some student council business as I locked the door on my way out.
あ、そうだ二宮くん今日の放課後のことだけど
Huh. Heroine's approach. Partner selection. A simple way to keep track of their affections. You decide how many points they score with you. Find something the heroine's done for you endearing. Give her a heart point for her efforts. Press the heart button to show the heroines. You can allocate up to 10 points per day. If you like them, show them some love. I know, you're worrying too much. I've not promised anything I couldn't do, have I? You already checked out everything last night. Checked over everything last night. It'll be fine.
それもそうねだけど2年目でここまでうまくいくとは思わなかったって観光協会の人も驚いてたわ
You can say that again. Those busy bees are carrying my dreams on their fuzzy little shoulders after all. Today I'm meeting with the Tourism Association. I'd previously enlisted their support when I ran for Student Council President. Put simply, the reason I wanted their cooperation was for the sake of contributing to the local community. When I first breached the topic of lifting the ban on opposite-sex relationships, I needed a method of proving to the school board that students were deserving of independence and autonomy. And I heard that the student-made products were sold wholesale in a certain part of the city as local specialty goods. I'm gonna check on the honeybee hive first, honeybee hives first, and meet you back in front of the dorm at 2 p.m. They seem to be growing nicely the last time I checked, so I'm expecting the last harvest of this year to be a good one. The method I had chosen was, yes, beekeeping. What better place than this island, with its wide variety of flower specialties and unsaleable geography. I decided to raise European honeybees and harvest their honey to sell as a local commodity. The idea caught the intense interest of the local tourism association, and with their full cooperation, the student-led beekeeping initiative had begun. So we can just do that, apparently. Intriguing. It won me both the support of the student body and the trust of the school board.
でもそれはいいんだけど二宮くん噂は聞いてない
Rumors? What rumors?
ええ今日ってほらみんなが告白をした後最初の週末でしょ今日なんかは半日授業だけど明日は完全にお休みだし
Obviously. What of it?
本当にわからない今みんなが二宮くんの動きに注目してるのよ
I do understand that naturally. Some of the most attractive girls in the school confess to me. But what I don't understand is what that has to do with it being the weekend.
まあそのうちわかるでしょ
Why does that sound so foreboding? She only smiles unflinchingly as I scurry after her.
会長待ってたぞ
もしかして今日のお相手は副会長なんですか
When we arrive on campus, a large crowd of students is lying in wait for us. Fuck, it's a bit unsettling how blatantly excited all of them appear to be. My date? What? Nabuki wears a knowing expression, but when I throw a glance at her, she simply shrugs with an awkward smile plastered on her face. Nabuki, can you explain this to me? Is this by any chance related to those rumors you mentioned?
だからそのうちわかるって言ったでしょつまりみんな二宮くんが誰と
What? A date?! Well, it even shows you how far in the day you are, apparently. Damn it, she knew this was gonna happen! That's why she waited for me this morning! I thought something good was. I thought something was odd about that. Look at it. Look at the smug. You can't. I'm about to give a third heart right now. My God, this is adorable. Look at this. You know what? I'm actually just gonna honestly distribute these hearts and see which I'm gonna get first. Given how methodical of a person she is. Why would she need to bring up the Tourism Association matter again after we discussed it last night?
今のところ副会長が一歩リードか。俺結城先輩応援してるんだけどな。
目立たないようで隠れファンの多い山吹副会長を選ぶとはさすが会長。見る目あるぜ。
むしろこっちから会長をデートに誘うのはありですか？
Guess it's my responsibility to clear the air before this commotion gets out of hand. Listen, everyone. I haven't said anything about a date, so...
ほら、会長もこう言ってるでしょ？これ以上風紀を乱すようなら、私も見過ごせないわよ。
I thought she'd be sporting her usual haughty grin, but all she does is merely survey the crowd with a stern expression. Whose side are you on anyway?
味方も何も、私はあくまで恋愛解禁を撤回に持っていくことが目的なんだから。
Right. Nearly forgot about your little alibi.
設定言うな！まったくもう。
She can be kind of cute when she gets angry. Yes.
それとも、このまま騒ぎを見過ごしたっていいのよ。でもそうしたら、本当に撤回されちゃうかも。
Don't I get any say in the matter? It doesn't seem like she has any intention of retracting her confession, though. Perhaps she still feels like she has to maintain her position on the ban, my speech notwithstanding.
だいたい私たちは生徒会として一緒に出かけるわけであって、断じてデートなんてことは。まあ、二宮くんがデートだと思いたいなら、私にあれこれ言う資格はないけど。
Please stop. You're killing me. You could at least try to be subtle about it. I'm positive she's just trying to add more fuel to the fire at this point.
というわけだから、みんなも必要以上に騒がないように。それじゃあ二宮くん、急いで朝食に行かないと。
Nuzzle. She sneakily pulls me close, then modestly links her arm around mine and begins to walk forward. Stop that! You're just taking them on! The glint in her eyes, it reminds me of a group of cats that just spotted a particularly juicy-looking mouse. Stop feigning ignorance, Yamabuki, damn it!
二宮くんと朝ごはん。
This is not a game! Since when were you the type to act like some typical love-struck girl anyways? At this rate, those predators will wipe that sanguine smile right off her face. Fine then. I'll just have to do it. Yamabuki, look. Two macho cats performing an Argentine backbreaker on each other. The backbreaker, alternatively known as the torture rack, is a brutal pro wrestling move meant to destroy an opponent's spine.
猫ちゃん？
The moment her grip loosens, I pull myself a safe distance away. Yamabuki apparently has a soft spot for small cute animals. Score.
ってそんなのいないし、そもそも猫背痛めちゃうでしょうが。
You got that reference? I underestimated you, Yamabuki. I can't. How many have I already given her? 4. Sorry, but I'm gonna have to pass on breakfast today. Also, I don't have any dates planned with anyone at the moment. So please don't pester Yamabuki for details she doesn't know.
そんなことないわよ。私だってちゃんと知ってるし。あれとかこれとか。
I'm trying to keep you out of this for your own good. Stop meddling! She's too honest and straightforward, you know, fuck it. Anyways, I'll be going now, so bye!
でも会長、副会長に聞いても無駄ってことは、会長に直接聞くしかないんだろ？
Hmm? No, that's not what I was...
つまり、二宮会長を捕まえれば。誰をデートに誘うか聞ける？
Wait, slow down! How'd you reach that conclusion?
ちょっと待ちなさい。そんなことして本当に撤回になったらどうするのよ。ね。だからここは落ち着いて考え直しましょう。
Oh, how I envy your naivete, Yamabuki. It's like she's living in her own peaceful little world.
そういえば会長、誰が一番気になってるかってまだ発表してないよね。
となると、結城先輩の可能性が？
いや、知ってる仲みたいだし、小清水さんじゃないか？
バカ！照れ隠しなだけで副会長に決まってるだろ？
喧嘩しない。会長捕まえて直接聞けばいいことでしょ。
Run.
それもそうだな。
They're gonna turn around to catch him and he's already gone. No! Do not do that!
というか、ここに集まってる女子も半分くらいは会長とデートしたい子たちです。いくらミス牽制官たちが相手でも、会長を諦めない限り、チャンスはありますよね。
I mean, sure, I wanted to give people the freedom to love so everyone should technically have an equal chance to... What? Back up! Half of you girls want to go on a date with me!
会長みたいな頼れる人とお付き合いしたいんです。デートしましょう。
I just say no, but I'm really damn busy today. Plus, there's no way I'd be able to go on a date with all these girls. Essentially, the two choices are escape or be caught. They've got me surrounded on all sides.
会長、誰が一番のお気に入りなんですか？デートして私のことも知ってください。
I told you I'm busy today! Is this my fate as the man who brought lasting change to the school? Unable to even eat breakfast, stuck playing this hellish game of tag versus a crowd of bloodthirsty gossipers. Coding is still overloaded. I would really like to, you know... Come on. It really is bullshit. Ah, god damn it. What's the student council room always this far away? This trend of rumor-loving students bombarding me with questions has become worryingly frequent as of late. But dealing with a manhunt on this large school is uncharted territory for me. It's become abundantly clear that my secret admirers haven't given up on me just because Shiori and the others confessed to me. First, I had no idea that my quest to find a girlfriend would turn out to be this tumultuous. Okay, I should make a break for the courtyard. If I keep to the wall, I should be able to make it to the council room window where I can...
兄ちゃん何してんの？
I sped around to find Yasumasa. Apparently crept up on me. A cross-viewing. Get a little peek into their thoughts when they're not around. You're the most popular boy at school. Wherever, you're always the topic of discussion. Huh. When the cross-view button appears, you can switch perspectives with the heroine. When you return to your own perspective, you won't be able to view the same heroine's perspective again. Jeez, don't scare me like that, man. So we got cross-perspective for all 5. Oh, that portrait's blinking. No, I'm just crazy. Ugh. Disgusting. Anyways. Let's go for Shiori, I suppose. Cross viewing.
おい、そっち会長いた？
いない。もう、どこ行っちゃったんだろう。会長？はじめのこと？
After finishing breakfast in the cafeteria, I come across an odd cluster of students on my way towards the classroom.
今度は何があったんだろう。
It's already been several days since the others and I confessed to him. But the rumors haven't died down at all. They've only been growing in intensity with each passing day.
なんか、一年の花森をおとりに使ってるらしいぞ。
Oh no.
それって会長とよく一緒にいる花森さんの弟だろ。考えたな。
Run, Hajime. Run! Run!
トロイの木馬作戦だって。
After hearing my own name pop up in the conversation, I hurriedly hid myself in the shadows of a nearby table. I just noticed I'm very sorry about the size of my fucking cam. I'm stupid, if you haven't noticed. I've never been good at talking with strangers, and right now I absolutely have no clue what's going on.
絶対関わりたくない。
If Yasumasa is involved, then they're probably up to no good.
はじめに迷惑かけてなきゃいいけど。
But that's probably wishful thinking. If Yasumasa causes a scene, then people are going to start pointing fingers at me, being his older
お
sister.
母さんにチクって、安政のお小遣い減らしてもらおう。うん、それがいい。
That's the only way I know how to stay calm at times like these.
でも、こんな朝からなんでみんなはじめを。あ、花森さん。
Freeze. I slowly turn around as I carefully deliberate over what my first words should
おは
be.
よう。もう朝ごはん食べた？よかったらちょっと話しない？苦手なタイプだ。
Run. In front of me is a girl grinning broadly from ear to ear. I may or may not remember seeing her in my elective art class. I'm still fairly shy even on my best days, so I really wish she would have some consideration for me and not barrage me with questions.
でさ、今みんなで二宮くん探してるんだけど。しかも勝手に喋り始めた？でも花森さんに直接聞いても早そうだし、聞きたいことがあるんだよね。いくら払えば見逃してくれますか？え？いくら？やだ、花森さん面白い。
She's serious.
花森さんもそういう冗談言うんだね。なんか安心したよ。
This girl and I are on completely different wavelengths. If you're so comfortable right now, please just go away and bother someone else.
あれ？何？花森さんと話してるの？しかも増えた。
The new girl dashes over, somehow covering 50 meters in 9 seconds flat. I had to say this, but I have no hopes of running away from her.
もしデートの相手が花森さんなら、本人に直接聞けばいいかなと思って。
それね。みんなも結城先輩たち捕まえて、直接聞いてみようって考えてるみたい。
え？デート？お？うわ
The word caught my attention and I opened my mouth on accident.
ねえねえ、花森さん。今日って午前授業じゃん。この後会長とデートの約束とかないの？うん。デートはないけど。
本当に？
待って。デートはってことは、他に何かあるんじゃない？なんて勘のいい女。
Hajime, Yamabuki, and I were scheduled to meet with the Tourism Association in town later this afternoon. But that does mean that he has a date planned. But does that mean he has a date planned after
という
that?
か、こんな話されたら、むしろ私だってデートの相手は気になるんだけど。本当に何もないよ。そう？
てか、花森さんって会長と幼馴染なんでしょ？
ああ、だからよく一緒にいたんだ。うん、そうだけど。
だから個人的には今日も花森さんが一番怪しいと思ってるんだよね。
本当にそうだったら嬉しいけどね。でもこんなに注目されるって、はじめはすごいな。
If I became his girlfriend, it would probably spread to me as well.
死にそう。
Still, I don't want to put the horse before the cart. If I want to be his girlfriend, I first have to get myself in the running for the supposed date today. And to accomplish that, I need to end this conversation as soon as
そ
possible.
もそも二宮君の好みが分かればね。小清水さんはまだよく分からないけど、花森さんと結城先輩たちってみんなタイプ違うじゃん。
花森さん、そういうの聞いてない？
さあ、さっきので終わりじゃないの？
Wouldn't make any difference if I knew Hajime's type anyways. It's not like I changed myself to fit his preferences. And I don't think Hajime would want a girl like that either way.
私としてはね、結城先輩が可愛いのはもちろんだけど、花森さんもかなりレベル高いと思うんだよね。静かで控えめなんだけど、そこがまた大和なでしこって感じで。
実際、花森さん可愛いって言ってる男子も結構いるし。いやー、そんなことは。
いやいや、あるって自信持ちなよ。
Whoops.
この人たちとは一生話が噛み合わない気がする。
Hajime could be deciding on his date right now while I'm being held up here.
さよなら。あ、花森さん
I slip through the gap between them and make a mad dash for it. When push comes to shove, even I can.
遅っ！ほっといてよ！これでも本気なんだから！
Fortunately, the two of them seem to have no desire to continue battering me and allow me to depart without giving chase. But it doesn't take long for more students from all over campus to start swarming me one after another, just like they had. Poor Shiori, she's probably dying. Jeez, don't scare like that, man! Cross-viewing. Like Hajime's just slowly but surely getting pissed off. Just let me finish! Jesus!
結城先輩、おはようございます。
おはよう。
この子は確か会員番号43番、二宮君と同じクラスの女の子だっけ？
As usual, my fan club entourage comes to greet me as I cross the bridge onto the island, and together we make our way towards the school campus. This is always how I start my day. There's simply no better way to energize myself in the mornings than to relax while elegantly sipping on a nice cup of coffee.
今日の私、最高に輝いてる。可愛さがパーフェクトすぎて、自分でも怖いくらい。先輩、ちょっと気になってたんですけど、いいですか？
どうしたの？
ここのところ、どうしても気になってて、でも、誰も質問しないし、こんなこと聞いていいのかわかりませんけど。
じれったい。いいよ。全然気にしないから、言ってごらん。
ありがとうございます。
If anything, it'd start bugging me if she decided not to ask after specifically bringing it up.
告白したのって、先輩からなんですよね。
そうだけど、それがどうかした？
でも先輩、待ってるだけで、きっと告られまくりですよね。
そりゃもちろん。恋愛解禁になった日だけだって、片手じゃ足りないくらい告られたし。
おー！だから、どうして先輩から告ったんだろうなって思って。
ああ、そういうこと。
I'm sure that every last boy in the school would have confessed to me if I'd waited long enough. The third-year boys in particular would be the fastest of the bunch. Even if I shut them down, they'd only have a few months left of school life to endure. It might be a bit awkward to bump into them around campus, but I doubt we'd ever see each other again once we graduate.
私、今年もミス県政官狙って3連覇目指す気満々なんだよね。それってもう、誰もが認める可愛さってことでしょ？
先輩今日も可愛いっす
のんのんのん、パーフェクトが抜けてるよ。
可愛さパーフェクトに可愛いっす
What to name these people?
ありがとう。
No one can resist my beauty, neither man nor woman.
そんな私がだよ。学園で誰もが認めるヒーロー、王子様みたいな人と付き合ったら、どうなると思う？
やばい。最強カップルだ。
つまり、学園のヒーロー、恋愛解禁の立役者。だから、二宮会長なんですね。
そういうこと。
I honestly God just want one of them to just go like, that's extremely shallow. Most beautiful lady at school with the most beautiful famous man at her side. All eyes would be on us. We'd be the talk of the entire island.
でもそれって恋愛感情じゃないんじゃ？
Thank you, fan club girl B!
でも私、有言実行の人って好きよ。みんなだって、解禁なんて無理だって、心のどこかでは思ってる人もいたんじゃない？
Everyone hangs their head, averting their eyes uncomfortably at my question. But unlike the rest of them, Ninomiya kept his eyes on the prize from start to finish. He brought about the change we all wanted to happen, single-handedly.
そんな人、かっこいいに決まってるじゃん。
So it is nice to know that she isn't just like, oh, he's popular, that's why I need him. It's nice that she's not that shallow.
ですよね。変なこと言ってごめんなさい。
Unless she thinks something different.
ああ、いいよいいよ。そりゃさっきのとこだけ聞いたら、そう思ってもしょうがないし。それに、女子のみんなからしたら、いざって時、二宮くんなら、頼りになりそうでしょ？
確かに。なんとなく、二宮会長なら何かやってくれそうな。
うん。ピンチでも笑って乗り切ってそう。ああ、ぽい。で、しかもこっちのことも最後まで見捨てなさそう。
つまり、それがカリスマってやつね。男子のみんなは、そんな二宮くんみたいな男性目指したら、きっとモテモテだよ。
モテたいっす。
そんなの目指すしかねえよな。
うんうん。私の彼氏になるような人だもん。このくらいみんなに慕われてくれないとね。
Yuppon has a certain degree of charisma in her own right as the Sakayama Student Council president, but she doesn't even come close to Ninomiya. In fact, he might even be more influential than me at this point,
それ
at the
に、
moment.
二宮くんの妹さん、青葉ちゃんって、うちのムカちゃんと大親友でね。その青葉ちゃんから、二宮くんの話は聞いてて、かなりいいお兄さんやってるみたいよ。
それってもう、普通に完璧じゃないですか。
You know, except with the part where he led the Horny Brigade. I still adore that name, and I'm sad that I did not use that for part 1.
弱点探す方が難しそうだよね。いや、あるよ、弱点。
そうなの？
運動は苦手みたいで、体育でよく怪我してますから。
Is somebody just gonna say that's just better? That's a surprisingly adorable side of him. That just makes it better. Is one of them gonna say that?
かわいい。
Called it. Actually, I didn't call it. It wasn't one. It was fucking everyone.
ゆうきさん大
どうしたの？
変。なんか、例の会長のデートの噂、かなり進展してるみたい。相手を聞こうとしたら会長逃げちゃって、みんな探し回ってるんだって。
それは由々しき事態ね。みんな出番よ。二宮くんを探してきてちょうだい。
了解です。
Can't afford to be late to this party. And to that end, I decided to scour the campus myself in search of Ninomiya. We'll be giving 1 heart to Ayaka. Fuck. Oh well, I'll just need to remember. Let's make a Yui next, I suppose. Cross viewing.
ゆい
Oh, it's Mokka. Upon arriving at our usual rendezvous point, Mokka waves and calls out to me with a voice as loud as she can produce. Like Yuki, who makes her presence known everywhere she goes, her little sister Mokka is rather modest and reserved and hates drawing attention in public.
なのにどうしたのかしら。待ち合わせの時間にはまだあるはずですわ。おはよう。ええ、ごきげんよう、モカ。それよりどうしましたの？あなたが大きな声を出すなんて。はい、早く来ないかなって思ってたから、姿が見えた瞬間、つい。
She smiled wryly, wincing a little. There aren't any other students around to speak of, save for us two. As a result, several of the shopkeepers opening up shop for the day are looking our way. Or rather, at Mocha in particular. As she and Yuki work as waitresses in their family restaurant, their faces are well known around this area. She's more than likely embarrassed at the fact that she yelled so
だ
loudly.
からといって声を上げるほどですもの。
ああ、ほら、二宮先輩の噂覚えてる？
噂というと？
もう、危機感なさすぎ。自分のことなんだよ。
どうして私怒られましたの？
お姉ちゃんとかゆいが告白した最初の週末だし、先輩が誰をデートに誘うのかってやつだよ。
ああ、確かにそのような噂もありましたわね。
But Ninomiya hasn't invited me to anything as of yet. To be quite honest, since he said he wanted to get to know all of us better before providing answers to our confessions, I'd assumed he would ask us out one by one sooner or later. It wasn't any bit of a rush.
それが、ゆい待ってる間って一旦見てたんだけど、二宮先輩が山吹先輩とデートの話しながら通学してたって言ってる人がいて。
Panic in 3, 2, 1.
他にも、二宮先輩は最初から山吹先輩に決めてるんじゃないかとか、確認しようとしたら逃げたとか、そんなのばっかりで。
Hello.
もうか？テイターで誰かが言ったことを真に受けているようではいけませんわよ。そう、まだ焦ることありませんわ。
そういうゆいもめちゃくちゃ動揺してない？
私は普段と何も変わりませんわ。
Already have chosen Yababuki already. That simply can't be.
先輩たちって少し前まで対立してたみたいだし、やっぱりお互いに理解し合ったことで信頼関係がだんだん愛に変わったりしたのかな。
Grab. That did not sound like a grab. It sounded like she just kind of smacked her.
ねえもか、もうおよしなさい。
でも
じゃありません。その辺にしておきなさい。
やっぱり気にしてるじゃん。
Creak.
ギブ、腕が。
ごめんなさい。私ったらつい。
It appears that I had been unconsciously holding Mocha's arm with a death grip. Oh dear me, what an accident!
これではいけませんわ。
腕もげちゃうかと思ったよ。てか、そんなに気になるなら、ゆいも行って先輩に直接聞いてみればいいのに。
行くって今から？
そんなそわそわして授業を受けられるの？
それは。
Can't deny that I would have a difficult time concentrating on the teacher's lecture. It also bears nothing that tomorrow that is the weekend. And if Senpai truly is going on a date with someone either this afternoon or tomorrow, then I haven't the time to waste.
ゆい、顔。女の子がそんな顔しちゃダメ。
何のことでしょう？
I must be careful not to let my inner thoughts influence my actions and facial expressions.
いや、私はいいんだけどさ。でもゆい、こんな時まで変に大人ぶる必要ないんじゃない？
別に私、大人ぶってなど。
じゃあなんで行かないの？先輩にデートしてくださいって言うだけでしょ？
あなたおバカですの？だいたいそんなの、大人ぶることとは関係ありませんわ。
じゃあ行きなよ。きっとお姉ちゃんたちも黙ってないよ。
ですが、そんなの、恥ずかしいじゃありませんか。
Okay, I think Mocha just died. Like when I made my confession, he said to me, if you don't tell him now, you might not get a second chance. Those words allowed me to endure the embarrassment and wring out every last drop of courage I had in order to tell Ninomiya my
だ
feelings.
からそう簡単にお誘いできるものでは。
Squeeze. Suddenly, Mocha flings her arms around me and gives me a bear hug.
それだよ、今の照れた顔。私もキュンキュンきちゃったよ。
わかったから、話しなさい。
というか、今の私、ものすごく変な顔してると思います。
Mocha frees me from her death grip, right as I was about to feel my spine snap in two.
ごめん。可愛かったから、つい。可愛かったらこの子、熊をも絞め殺す勢いで抱きつきますの？ルイは友を呼ぶ。ですわね。
でもそっか。ゆいでも恥ずかしいとか思うんだね。
あなた、私を何だと思ってますの？
だって、いつも大人ぶって、そういうの口に出さないんだもん。
そのようなことは。
Admittedly, I am.
だったら、今度ゆいの恋愛相談しようよ。
はあ？あなたいきなり
だってこっちには青葉もいるんだよ。先輩の妹なんだから、私たちも知らないこときっといっぱい知ってるよ。
何を？だからといってどうしてあなたたちに相談を？
だってゆい、私たちの他に相談できる人いる？ゆいが恥ずかしいって思うようなこと、そんなに仲良くない人に相談できる？
Closeness only makes it more embarrassing. In the first place, neither Mocha nor Alba have any experience with relationships whatsoever. We're all stepping into unfamiliar territory.
この子、絶対楽しんでますわね。
Oh, look at her eyes. Of course she's playing with you for her own amusement. But she is right, I don't have many friends whom I can confide in. So I'm grateful that the few that I have are so caring and
わ
compassionate.
かりましたわ。モカたちを頼りにさせていただきます。
任せて。
ですがその前に、せっかく背中を押していただいたわけですし、私もこれから先輩にデートの件、伺ってみようと思います。なので相談はその後でお願いしますわね。
If I hurry, I may be able to catch up with Ninomiya and ask him about his relationship with Yamabuki. And with any luck, I may be able to ask him out on a date myself too. Leaving my book bag in Mocha's care, I hurry down the road leading towards school. Cross-viewing! Jeez, don't scare me like that! Jesus fucking Christ. I don't know why I'm doing this bit. It's a fucking stupid bit.
すみません。ちょっといいですか？はい、
What's she doing?
何でしょう？
What the fuck is this?
さっと食べられるものを探してるんですが。
After hearing that Ninomiya was being chased around campus all morning, I quickly headed to the school canteen. From what I had been told, he likely hasn't had time for breakfast yet. I'm sure his stomach must be grumbling by now.
もしかして、噂の美少女編入生さんじゃないですか？
Why do I despise you already, Makina?
ちょっと大げさな気もしますが、その編入生は私のことだと思います。
I'm happy to receive such compliments, but to be completely honest, none of them really matter when they're coming from when they're not coming from Ninomiya.
やっぱりオーラが違いますにゃー。私ここでバイトしてる1年の内巻まきなです。外羽じゃなくて内側に巻き巻きって覚えてください。内巻さんですね。私は小清水かすみと言います。覚えました。こう見えて人の名前を覚えるの得意にゃんで。
Speaking of special,
この子どうしてニャーニャー言ってるんだろう。設定？す？
I'm rather curious about her, but as they say, it's best to let sleeping dogs lie, or cats in this case.
でも、いきなり会長に告白するにゃんて、ずいぶん思い切ったことしましたね。それは、皆さんからよく言われます。ですが、時間なんて関係なく、私はこの思いを伝えるため、ここに来ましたので。本当にそれだけのために？はい。私にとっては、とても大切なことですから。なるほど。人にはいろんな事情があるんですにゃー。ダメ。どうしても気になる。なんでにゃなの？どうかしましたか？いいえ、なんでも。にゃがなければないですでに違和感が。
It's just too cute! Kasumi, the moment I can give hearts, is gonna get a heart as well.
で、さっと食べられるものを お探しでしたっけ？
そうですね。
ちなみに小清水さん、ここの購買は初めてですか？
はい。こちらに来てからも、お買い物は通販か街の方で。
なるほど。それなら、奥の棚にどうぞ。
Apparently, the shelves at the top of the store are filled with toiletries, while food products are located further back.
さっと食べられるものをお探しなら、パンとかどうですか？
なるほど。パンですか。
Bread, like rice balls, can be eaten hot and cold. Can be eaten hot or cold, so there's no need to worry about keeping its temperature. I was very confused for a second, like bread, like rice balls. Hold on, rice balls aren't bread. Like, I don't know why that is the thing I was so confused about. It's kind of obvious that he's just equating the two.
最近だとマロンクリームパンが女子の間で大人気なんですよ。
いえ、女子というよりは、男性が好みそうなものがいいんですが。
ふむ、がっつり系ですかね。
でもいいんですが、手早く食べられるものの方が喜んでくれると思いまして。
もしかして、誰かに渡すんですか？
はい。なんだか二宮さん、朝から学園中を走り回っているみたいで、ゆっくり朝食をとる時間もないでしょうから。
おー、デートのお相手がなんとかって話ですかにゃ？そういうことにゃら。
Chimaki disappears behind the shelves, apparently searching for a choice
お
recommendation.
待たせしました。この魚肉ソーセージとかどうですか？
What?
栄養満点、片手でさっと食べられる。何より私も大好きなんですよ。
猫っぽい子が魚肉ソーセージわざとやってるんでしょうか？
She's holding out 5 packs of 2.
どれだけ好きなんですか？
でも、私が一昨日買いすぎたせいで、これがなくなったら、次の入荷はあさってになっちゃうんですよ。
それは、そんなに貴重なもの、ご自分では買わないんですか？
ソーセージ用のお小遣いはもう少ないので。
また新しい単語が出てきましたね。ソーセージ用のお小遣い。果たして、他には何用のお小遣いがあるのか、気になります。
I don't mind giving Indomia a sausage, but it might become too difficult to eat if he opens the wrapping incorrectly.
やっぱり別のものですかね。では、そのソーセージ、お近づきの印ということで、私がご馳走しましょうか？
いいんですか？いやでも、今日初めて会った人にそこまでしてもらうなんて。
いえいえ、ただの善意でご馳走するわけではありませんよ。私、まだこの学園には慣れてませんし、いざという時力を貸してくれる友達がいると、非常に心強いんです。
つまり、このソーセージで私を雇うというわけですね。
いいえ、ですから、力を貸してくれる友達が欲しいと。
そういうことなら任せてください。ソーセージの分はきっちり働きます。
普通にお友達でよかったんですけど。
Seeing how enthusiastic she is about all this, I suppose there's no need to make a big deal of things. She just wants to essentially repay me for my gratitude. I'll just have to take Uchimaki at her word.
では他に、男性といえばという商品はありませんか？
そうですね。ソーセージ以外だと、やっぱり、あれですかね。
あれ？
ソーセージのお礼です。ここは私に任せてください。
魚の缶詰なんて持ってこられても困りますけど。わかりました。お任せしますね。
She disappears between the shelves again, skipping and smiling. Once she returns with her recommendation in hand, I purchase them at the counter and head out in search of Ninomiya. Cross-viewing.
偶然見えたから声かけたんだけど、悪いことをしちゃった？
Yeah, I accidentally skipped the header line. Cross-viewing.
まさかこんな大ごとになっちゃうなんて。
Ninomiya must be running for his life right about
と
now.
いうか、さっきのあれって。
Also, I don't have any dates planned with anyone at the moment. So please don't pester Yabuki for details she doesn't
よ
know.
くよく考えたら、私を巻き込まないようにしてくれてたんじゃ。なのに私は、二宮君の何の力にもなれなかった。それどころか、もっと早い段階で噂に釘を刺しておくことだってできたはずなのに。これが原因で嫌われたらどうしよう。
Okay, so 2 for Kasumi, 1 for Ayaka, and 1 for Yoshino again.
山吹さん、どうしたの？大丈夫？
Seemingly not. My classmate's voice snaps me back to reality.
ごめん。なんでもないから気にしないで。なんでもないならいいんだけど、会長となんかあったなら相談乗るから何でも言ってね。
そうそう。私たちは中立な立場で応援してるから。
ええ、ありがとう。また何かあったらその時は。で、別に私二宮君とのことで困ってるとか一言も言ってないからね。
でも嫌われたらどうとか言ってたし、それって。設定ああ、そっか。本当は好きじゃないって設定あったんだっけ？
設定言うな。本当に私、二宮君のことはどうとも思ってないし、恋人に立候補したのだって、わざと問題を起こして恋愛解禁を撤回に追い込むためだし、そうよ。私はあくまで生徒会副会長として、事態の収拾を考えてるだけなんだから。絶対信じてない目だ。
Please, you can't even fucking convince yourself. Me and the others might think it's all a farce, but I'm actually pretty serious about my plan. Why doesn't everyone else see that?
吉野ごめん。ちょっといい？
どうしたの？
助かった。
I look towards the classroom entrance, where a few familiar-looking girls are waiting for me. They're my long-time supporters since the student council elections, the one who Ninomiya helped me reconcile with the other day.
何か用？
というか、会長のデートの噂が広まってて。
You must be worried about all this rowdiness disrupting public morals, no.
そうよね。やっぱりこんな浮ついた空気、良くないわよね。
というより、デートの相手って山吹さんなのかなって思って。
どうして私が？
私たち友達でしょ？だから、できることがあれば応援しようと思って。
というかあなたたち、恋愛には否定的だったじゃない。
まあ、それはそうなんだけど、やっぱり借りというか、恩もあるし。
借り？恩？
I don't recall doing anything special for them. What are they talking about?
確かにね。恋愛解禁はまだ完全に受け入れられたわけじゃないんだけど、会長のおかげで山吹さんと仲直りできたわけだし。だから私たち、少なくとも二人のことは応援しようって決めたの。
というか、あんなかっこいい演説見せられたら、吉野の気持ちも理解できたよ。
Oh no! He has converted them!
会長になら、吉野は任せてもいいかなって。
何感心してるのよ。
One for Ayaka, 2 for Kasumi, and the rest for Yoshino.
だって歴史的な和解への一歩だろ。
どういうこと？どうして彼女たちが？
Just the other day, they were staunchly against romantic relationships. Now all of a sudden they want to support me and Ninomiya? I have no idea what's going on.
何回も言うけど、 私、二宮くんのこと好きなわけじゃないんだからね。一緒にいるのだって、生徒会では私副会長だし、それに寮も同じってだけだし。
もういいんだよ。
I can just picture her just gently putting her hand on Yamabuki's shoulder, just. Now we don't believe a fucking word you say.
何その子供を見守るような目。
You can't fool us. Try fooling yourself first. And looking around, I noticed the entire class is looking at me the same
と
way.
いうわけなので、これから私たちは、ヨシの応援隊に変わります。カイト、ヨシの。やめて、恥ずかしい。
Why are they acting like I'm madly in love with Ninomiya or
吉野が
something?
本気でやめてって言うなら、そりゃやめるけど。実際吉野自身は、会長のことはどう思ってるの？
確かにいきなりすぎてきちんと説明してもらってないし、そこははっきりさせとくべきだよね。
どうって。
Mean exactly what I said about him before. What do they want me to do to prove that?
つまり、
I meant.
好きなんでしょ？
説明させる気あるの？まったく。でも、どう思ってるかって聞かれると、一言じゃ説明できないわね。
というと？
そりゃ、私からしたって、すごく頼りになるし、行動力もあると思う。でも、変に格好つけたり、鼻にかけることもないし、人としても尊敬できるわ。だから、二宮くんと一緒にいると、すごく安心できるし、そばにいたいって思うの。
ああ。
My flawless arguments have left them speechless. That's exactly what I was hallowing earlier about how I didn't want Ninomiya to hate me.
ほら、これで分かったでしょ？私の気持ちは好きっていうのとは違うって。
それって好きって言うんじゃ？
Like, oh, they were just like, oh my god, she's retarded.
みんなも変に気を使わないこと。分かったら解散。
At my command, the group of students returned to their respective classrooms or resumed their conversation with their friends. Now that things have finally quieted down, I sit down and begin preparing for class. Cross viewing.
偶然見えたから声かけたんだけど、悪いことをしちゃった？
Hello? That was fucking weird. No, you're fine. I'm just kinda, being hunted down right now.
はあ、まあいいんだけど。
Feel bad for snapping at him now.
それより兄ちゃん、今から言うことをよく聞いて。怪しまれるから自然にね。
What? Putting that amicable smile, he then drops his voice conspiratorially.
兄ちゃんから見て11時の方向と3時の方向。顔は動かさないで、視線だけ動かして。
Damn it, has he been binging spy movies again? Puzzled still, I do as he says. Wait, we're being watched. What's more, I recognize our observers. Shit, they've discovered my hideout. Yasumasa, does this mean you're one of them?
ごめん兄ちゃん。裏ルートで入手したエロ DVD、人質に取られちゃって。こうするしかなかったんだよ。
Yasumasa. That's why I told you to save them on your computer, you dipshit!
コレクションしたかったんだよ。
You don't have physical porn anymore these days! It's way too dangerous! Well, there's no point in arguing
でも
this.
僕は兄ちゃんを裏切れないし、監視されてる以上、ただで逃がすわけにもいかない。
What are we gonna do?
だから兄ちゃん、僕をここで倒していって。
What the fuck is happening?
僕から兄ちゃんに殴りかかったってことにすれば、悪いのは僕ってことになるはずだから。
If this were a movie, that'd be totally be some sad music track playing. That'd totally be some sad music track playing right now. You mean like the one that's currently playing? I like how I'm pointing up, as if it comes up down from above, like a heavenly choir. I'm not going to be talking about biblically accurate angels again. I've wasted enough time and fucking the ditzy demons are in love with me with that. Like, I've done what we did in that 2-hour 30-minute part in the original video in less than 45 minutes. All because of biblically accurate angels. So I'm not going to keep talking about this. If you want some kind of discussion on biblically accurate angels, put it in a comment down below. Who knows, maybe I'll upload a video of just me discussing biblically accurate angels with some people in the Discord server. Anyways.
時間がない。行くよ。
Swish. 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 He hops nimbly from foot to foot, slightly shadowboxing in my direction. Stop! Are you serious? I really don't think you're prepared for this!
僕だって。やるときは。
You look like you're about to pass out from fear, my man!
やってやれ。兄ちゃんの役に立って。
Finally losing the fight against his nerves, he crumples to the floor, eyes rolling back in his head. What the hell, man? I haven't even touched you yet! How are you gonna KO yourself before the fight even before the fight's even started?
おとり作戦は失敗。繰り返す。おとり作戦は失敗。
Having watched this unfold from afar, his accomplices suddenly leap from the shadows and begin running towards me. Left with no other option, I leave Yasamasa sprawled on the ground and quickly flee from the scene. Oh, there we go. So, it was 1 here, 2 here, and the rest here. I've taken a pretty large detour now. After grabbing the key to the student council room from the... Oh, that's what it does! It doesn't show you, hey. It just shows you how many you have left. Roughly. After grabbing the keys to the student council room from the staff room, I was looking for a more deserted part of campus when the clock tower entered my vision. People rarely visit this location, so barring any unforeseen circumstances, I shouldn't be found easily. But this isn't a room with a door that I can lock, like the student council room, so I can't let my guard down. Try to scurry over there when the coast is clear.
今度はどこに行くつもり?
Just kidding. Good quest. Are you okay?
はーい。何を隠そう。天下無敵のパーフェクトな可愛さを誇るこの私こそ。
He just jumps over the edge of the goddamn clock tower onto the roof below on this one.
ミス牽制官、結城彩香でーす。
Is it just me or has it become redder now? Was that introduction really necessary?
もちろん二宮くんにはちゃんと覚えてもらわなきゃいけないからね。
The school idol beams at me with a magnanimous smile. Man, I'm so happy I think I might cry. Oh, you don't have to remind me, Yuki. You don't have to remind me at all. I'm already a member of your fan club.
そうなの?
Words can't describe how giddy I felt when she confessed to me. But honestly speaking, I'm not sure if my feelings for her are actual romantic attraction or simple admiration.
そっかそっか。二宮くんが私のファンクラブにね。あ、それじゃあ。
Sabai. She places an angelic smile on her face, then slowly inches closer to me, run.
二宮くんは私とこんなことするの想像してたの?
She gently leans her body against me as she rubs her finger across my chest. God, she smells so nice.
それとももっとすごいこと想像してた? ほらほら答えてよ.
Fuck! Is she seducing me right now?
正直に答えてくれたらもっとサービスしちゃうのにな.
Oh, look at her face. She is internally screaming from embarrassment right now. Something nice? What's she about to do to me? Please wait a minute!
どうしたの？
I'm not sure if this is a question I'm allowed to ask, but I'm asking it anyway. Do you only do these kinds of things to guys? I knew I shouldn't have asked.
その質問はちょっといただけないな。
Oh god, she's way too close. She slams her hand against the wall behind me. Her face so close that my breath stops out of an instinctive fear.
私、そんなに軽そうに見える？
No, of course not.
でしょ？そもそもこんなこと誰かにしようと思ったこともないし、二宮くんが初めてなんだからね。
Ah! What the hell? I pissed her off, but I feel like I'm on cloud 9 right now. But thank you, and sorry about the question.
分かってくれればいいのよ。分かってくれれば。
But the position we're in is a little uncomfortable for me. It's getting a bit hard to breathe. Senpai?
今度は変なこと言わない？
No, it's not anything like that. Your face is just a little close.
顔？
Her face turns bright red and she immediately takes a large step back. Like, most of these have been added because she made me laugh. So if anything better happens, I will take it away from here and add it to here. Gosh, that was so cute! Her reaction was so adorable, you'd think she was some cute anime girl. But would you look at that? Forget about being a slut, she's super innocent.
なに？そんな見ないでよ。
Why are you so cute?
もういいかな。
I imagine she's just like shrinking, like looking away, trying to guard her face, and he's just over there. Why are you so cute? Just aggressively screaming at her. Her heart is definitely black as white as snow. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to ask, Senpai, but what are you doing here?
どうして？そりゃ二宮くんが私たちの誰かをデートに誘うって聞いたから。だったら自分から誘おうかなって。
I might just have to accept that this whole rumor has spread to the entire school by now.
お取り込み中すみません。
Oh, who's there?
私のファンクラブの子よ。二宮くんと話すためにここの入り口を固めといてもらったの。
それなんですが、会長を追ってきた人たちがゾンビのように集まってきて、じきに突破されて中に流れ込んでくるのも時間の問題かと。
They saw me here with Yuki. There'd no doubt be another
そり
uproar.
ゃ大人数で固めてたら怪しまれるか。というわけだから二宮くん、私とデートしない？
You really don't miss a beat, huh? Look, I appreciate the offer, but this whole thing about me wanting to go on a date is just some bogus rumor that's gotten way too out of hand. Anyways, this won't be a pleasant outcome for you if they catch me here. So I'm gonna make like a tree and scram.
二宮くん？
I'll make it up to you next time I visit your cafe. Ciao! I give her a polite bow before storming down the stairs. Then I leap through an open window onto the roof. He did leap onto the roof! And jump into the deserted bushes below.
アイシーテル。
I'll make a short break here. Alright, yeah, I'm back. Pretty sure I already did the panting. Not wanting to be spotted on my exit from the bushes, I was left with one option. Sneak into the nearby auditorium. Better be safe here for the time being. Huddling behind my familiar podium, I steal a quick glance towards the entrance. I think I lost them.
随分と大きな騒ぎになってしまいましたね。
Huh?
おはようございます。
This keeps happening. Koshimizu patters up to me with a smile on her face.
今朝は学園中、二宮さんのデートの噂で持ちきりですよ。我らがヒーローは一体誰を選ぶのか、なんて皆さんが大注目です。
Oh, believe me, I know I've been experiencing their enthusiasm firsthand. Their gazes were rife with envy and this hard-to-describe respect, but I felt neither resentment nor prejudice in them. Fortunately, that only made it all the more unsettling. Sure, plenty of people would kill to be in my situation, and I do consider myself lucky to an extent. But I don't know. I just wish they'd leave me alone. Is that much to ask? Maybe too much to ask for?
私も二宮さんを探していたんですが、まさかそちらから来てくれるなんて運命を感じちゃいます。
Right on. Am I allowed to take delight in that too?
もちろんですよ。一緒に喜びを分かち合いましょう。
She clasps her hands together, teeming with excitement. Her eyes are wide and gleaming, and she's staring right at me. First coming nose to nose with Yuki, now holding hands with Koshimizu. Oh, this isn't good for my heart.
あ、それとも二宮さんはもっと直接的に
Huh?
運命感じたいですか？
She narrows her eyes, smiling coquettishly as she nuzzles her cheek against my hand. Time out! This is bad! This is really bad! Her movements are strangely luring, and the softness of her cheeks feels all incredibly pleasant. But there's something even softer than those. Koshimizu, your know-whats are pushing up against me. Her boobs!
ごめんなさい。私ったら。
Oh, it's fine. Pretty typical reaction, all things considered. But not a bad one.
二宮さんがお腹を空かせてると思い、アンパンを用意してたの忘れてました。
She unbuttons a few of her buttons near her cleavage, reaches in and fetches out a roll of bread, offering it to me. Why was she storing it in her cleavage? Why did you have it in there? Wait a minute. I'm seriously getting turned on by the feeling of a pastry. I don't want to believe it.
ちゃんとミルクも用意してありますよ。
Please tell me that's not coming from there too. Milk from those voluptuous breasts. Am I in heaven?
どうぞ受け取ってください。
Thank you, really, but I feel my dignity as a human being is being called into question.
余計なお世話でしたか？
Don't look at me with those puppy dog eyes! Okay, I'll take it. God, I'm hopeless. Unable to say no to that pleading expression, I have no choice but to take the roll and milk she got for me. They feel kinda warm. God damn, this smells so good, it's almost mind-numbing.
香りは嗅いでもいいですけど、袋と紙パックは食べちゃダメですよ。
Obviously! Hey, stop reading my mind! Sometimes I just can't tell how serious she is. In Yuki's case, I was able to realize that the bashful reaction she had was her real self. But with Koshimizu, every bit of her personality is so pure and naive that I can't help but feel like she's just messing with me.
会長発見！
Ah!
って小清水さん、こんなところで合いびき？その胸元は？
God damn it, why didn't you remember to button it back up? It's not what you think, it was just...
本当に偶然ですよ。偶然だからこそ運命なんです。
You're not helping! Thanks for the pastry and milk, Koshimizu, but I've really gotta get going. I'll see you in the classroom, so head on back there.
二宮さんがそういうのでしたら。ああ、もう、ちょっと会長、話くらい聞かせてよ
He was supposed to be bad at physical stuff, but here he is running for fucking ages. Ignoring the voice calling after me, I hightailed it outside through the auditorium's back entrance. I'm almost there. After leaving the auditorium behind, I finally make it to the hallway that the student council room is on. I might be able to sprint and make it there in one go. If my path gets blocked in this narrow corridor, I'll have nowhere to run. I'm sure by now they all know that my game plan is to hide in the student council room. I'll have to plan my actions carefully. 20 minutes before the bell. Maybe, just maybe. What? I was so close! The door suddenly opens and I'm being pulled against my will into an unused classroom that promptly tossed onto an empty chair. Well, at least I know they're not going to torture me or anything. Ah! Oh, what the heck? It's just you, Shiori. The other Mori siblings are just full of surprises today. Definitely to an extent. Giving the dusty room a quick scan, it's obvious that it hasn't seen use in a long time. In a long while. Get the fuck out of there. I don't care about Shiori right now. Get the fuck out of there. No dust. I'm actually allergic to dust. They don't use this room for classes, do they? So, what were you doing in here? What kind of horrible thing happened to her? Looks like some of my pursuers elected to chase after Shiori and the other girls to interrogate them instead of me. Given how shy Shiori is around strangers, I doubt that was a very pleasant experience for her. So you decided to take refuge in here? Shiori turns red in the face and snaps at me for some reason. Let's see, empty room, chair, no restraints. Am I being detained? Like, put under house arrest or something? Just kidding. I know you'd never do something that mean. That's not funny! Please tell me you were joking! Partially, but I'd really prefer a more romantic approach to being asked out on a date. But considering my situation right now, it could run away pretty easily if I wanted to. You didn't even bother tying me up. Not honestly, no. Huh? What are you? Squeeze. She wraps her arm around me, cheeks flushed a cherry pink. Okay, he gets up and just books it. Completely unaffected. Shiori, what are you? I suppose this is the famous bridal carry. Or at least something similar. She's sitting down on my lap with her arms still around me. I thought she was gonna kiss me or something, but honestly, this is even more dangerous than it sounds. I can feel the warmth of her body, the softness of her thighs. Plus, she's wearing a skirt, so that means her bare legs are touching me. And why is that something important? It's impossible not to focus on it now that I'm aware. There's nothing of the familiar, comforting smell of her luscious hair, which she's always been proud of. Stop teasing me, damn it.
さっきも言ったでしょ。本気だって。
I know, that's why I feel so conflicted right now. If this was just a joke, I could simply pry myself free from her. But since it's not...
こうするだけで逃げられないでしょ。
Well, yeah, the situation is seriously bad for my heart.
知ってる。はじめのドキドキ、ちゃんと伝わってきてるよ。
My lower half starts reacting as well, then it's game over for me. I don't know how long I can hold out, though.
はい。それじゃあ、おしまい。
Huh? That wasn't long at all. The weight of her thighs suddenly disappears, leaving me with a feeling of lonesomeness.
あれまずいんじゃなかった
Not exactly, it's complicated.
でもよかった。女の子として見てもらえてて。
What sense?
なんでもない。
Oh, Shiri, you're greatly mistaken if you think I've never eyed you as a member of the opposite sex before. Given how gorgeous she is, it's only natural. And people have also mistaken us for boyfriend and girlfriend on countless occasions. I've been attracted to you for much longer than you think.
ごめん、何
Just wondering what I'd have to do to get you to sit on my lap
そ
again.
んなの簡単だよ。大好きなしおりとデートしますって言うだけ。ほら、簡単でしょ
So that's your plan here, I see. Why'd you tack on that I love you there at the end? You never mentioned that I had to do that. Besides, that's not something I can really say to you at the current stage of our relationship.
これだけお互いのこと知ってるのに
You really have a comeback for everything, don't you?
なんてね。今はまだ言わなくていいよ。
Yeah, but didn't you just say you wouldn't let me out of this room until I did?
本当ならね。でも今日は特別。許可します。
That's really what you want to do.
いいよ。だってチャンスはみんな平等に与えられるべきだから。
That's quite the condescending remark towards your fellow
だ
competitors.
ってそれが幼馴染の特権だもん。
No likelihood, this little game of hers was a simple test to see whether I was attracted to her as a member of the opposite sex, and nothing more. But in stark contrast to the nature of our conversation, the smile on her face is one of pure innocent relief. Speaking of which, did you remember to keep your schedule free today after school?
デート
No, silly. Don't you remember? We're meeting with the Tourism Association today.
ちゃんと覚えてるよ。
Alright, we're meeting in the dorm lounge at 2 p.m., so don't be late.
会長はここか
How'd you realize I was in here?
空き教室から声がすれば普通気づくって。
Yeah, no, he mentions that that was a dead giveaway.
って花森さんまさかここでデートの計画を
ごめん、はじめ。この状況無理。
She covers her face and flees from the scene. And while the guy chasing me is distracted, I use that window to make my getaway as well.
I seeてる。
I don't know if I've ever experienced a morning so exhausting in my life. After yet another detour, I arrive safely in the student council room with 10 minutes to spare before the bell. The door has been firmly locked, so now all I have to do is bide my time here until...
二宮先輩、小塚ですが、こちらにいらっしゃいませんか
Kosuka?
よかった。ようやくお会いできますので。
Huh? One sec, I'll come over and unlock the door for you.
すみません。何度か足を運ばせていただいたのですが、お留守だったようで。
Sorry about that. Some things came up and, I've been running around campus all morning.
いえ、おそらく私の要件も、先輩が転々としてらしたことと関係ありますので。
Here we go again. Don't tell me those blasted rumors are made it all the way to Misakihama.
はい。なんでも先輩が、山吹先輩とお付き合い間近だと。
I think some of those facts got really twisted in this game of telephone!
このような真似、はしたないとは思いつつも、いても立ってもいられなくなってしまいまして、お願いです。どうか私にもチャンスをいただけないでしょうか。必ず先輩にご満足いただけるよう頑張りますので。
Phrasing. Her plea so sincerely desperate that I almost had to clear up the misunderstanding. Kosuka, just calm down a minute and listen to me. I'll be honest. I still don't know much about any of you girls. That hasn't changed from the last time we discussed this. I can't truthfully say I've made notable progress with any one of you.
それでは
I appreciate that you went out of your way to come here and tell me your feelings. But everything you heard was completely and utterly wrong.
勘違い勘違い
Fine. Looks like she finally snapped back to her senses. Her face is red from ear to ear.
つまり私はなりふり構わず恥を重ねたことも
What? No, that's not true. I now know how serious you are about dating me. I'm flattered, really.
慰めは無用ですわ
She flings herself onto the desk in a vain attempt to hide the terrible blush that's on her face. Well, I don't blame her for feeling embarrassed. It's rare to see her get so worked up over something. It's kind of adorable, really. I do feel bad about all this, though.
この場にいるのが先輩だけだったことがせめてものすごいですわ
Yeah, look at the positives, not the negatives. I don't know if I can forget about this that easily, though. But I can't exactly tell her to cheer up and get over it. That'd be more than a little insensitive.
申し訳ありませんができれば早急にこの場を後にしたいのですが
That's fine, I won't mention anything about this to Yamabuki or the
お
others.
気遣い感謝いたします
会長、いなかったらいないって返事してくださいね。
Who did I expect to actually fall for that?
やっぱりいないか。あれ、でも鍵が開いてる。
Oh no, no, no! I forgot to relock the door after I let Kosuka in.
こんな顔誰かに見られるわけには
Before we gonna run, we're trapped! I could always jump out the window, but that's the last resort. And I couldn't possibly ask her to do something so dangerous. I'd probably hurt myself too, considering how exhausted I am.
くなる上は先輩申し訳ありません
Wait, what are you?
失礼しまーす。
The door flies wide open and the girl strolls in. I was forcibly crammed beneath the desk less than a second before this took place.
絶対に視線を下に向けてはいけませんわよ
You just at the door! Matt happened to be locked in a rather curious spot, right smack dab between Kosuka's upper thighs. Well, I'm certainly not complaining. Something has definitely awakened inside me this morning. After this day, thighs will probably have to be added to my list of fetishes.
あれ、小塚さん？
先輩ごきげんよう
こっちで生徒会の仕事？でもそろそろ戻んないと予例なるよ。
Doesn't seem like the girls noticed me. In which case, I'll have to leave my fate in Kosuka's capable... thighs. I don't know if you know this, but I can totally see up your skirt. Smack.
どうしたの？
失礼いたしました小さな虫がだから人を見てはいけないと言っているではありませんか
Ah! She clamps her legs around my head like a vice grip to prevent me from looking any further. Yes, please continue to crush me with your lovely thighs.
あ、やっぱりなんか変じゃない？
いえ何でもありませんわそれより先輩はどうなさいまして
私は二宮会長を探してるんだけど、小塚さん見てない？
ああそれでしたらつい先ほどまでいらしたんですがすでに出て行かれてしまいました
なあ、入れ違いか。 どこ行くか聞いてない？
お役に立てず申し訳ありません。
そっか。仕方ない。時間もないし、一旦諦めるか。
Girl leaves the student council room with a tinge of disappointment in her voice. Not a second after the door shuts behind her, I peek my head over the desk. So, it's been one hell of an hour. My body already feels as weary as it does at the end of the school day.
突然のご無礼、申し訳ありませんでした。
Oops. It's fine, heed the moment at all, and let's forget this ever happened and move
な
on.
かったことに、随分と簡単に割り切れてしまいますのね。
What do you mean? Despite the redness of her cheeks, she pouts with indignation.
男性としては、女性にあのようなことをされれば、少なくとも嬉しくなるのでは？それとも、やはり年下では魅力が足りませんか？
I do, and that's exactly why I want to forget about it. Honestly, I think you're very attractive, Koska. But I don't want this incident to affect our relationship. You see? It'd be a problem if I couldn't look you in the eyes anymore. It's embarrassing to say out loud, but well, it wouldn't be sincere otherwise.
私を意識。
Think you're selling yourself short. You're much more attractive than you think.
魅力的。そうですか。
She quietly closes her eyes as she takes in my words.
二宮先輩。
は？
そういうことでしたら、どうぞご遠慮なく意識してくださいませ。そしてその意識、必ず恋心に変えて差し上げますわ。
Satisfied with my answer, apparently, she regains her usual confidence. Yeah, I know it's not the time to be self-conscious about stuff. Thanks to the events of this morning, I feel like I've gotten a bit closer to Kozuka and the rest of the girls. In that sense, I guess that wild goose chase wasn't all bad. After ushering Kozuka back to Misakiyama, I allow myself a small sigh of relief as I wait for the bell to ring.
愛してる。
Sorry for changing our meeting location last minute.
それはいいんだけど、そっちは大丈夫だったの？
I managed to survive at least. Thankfully, a lot of the excitement seems to have died down. After school let out for the day, it threatened to make a resurgence. But this time, a new student faction dubbing themselves the Kensekan Secret Service stepped in and protected the student council. They were able to defuse the situation quickly. Get down, Mr. President! He says as a girl throws a love letter at him. Hopefully everything will be back to normal by tomorrow.
ごめんなさい。私がみんなをきちんと止められてれば。
Nah, don't sweat it. I didn't expect it to balloon out of control either. I would have thought I'd have to play hide and seek all morning before school. Well, in retrospect, it wasn't all bad.
早く行こう。ちょっと視線が。
A number of students, mostly likely from our school, are gawking at us from a distance with the occasional giggle and squeal.
さすがにデートとは今更思われないでしょうけど。関係ない人たちまでこっち見てるのは気になるわね。
We leave and make haste towards the Tourism Association's headquarters. Soon thereafter, we arrive upon a wide avenue overlooking the sea. The Tourism Association's building is located on the street. Naturally, we're going on this little excursion as members of the student council. As such, we must be on our best behavior. Since this is an opportunity for the students to actively contribute to the local community, we have to leave a good impression on their as the representatives. 1 hour later, the meeting concludes.
今日はわざわざお越しいただきありがとうございました。秋の蜂蜜収穫では初夏以上の量が期待できるということで楽しみにしています。
After exchanging a firm handshake with our liaison, we leave the Tourism Association behind. Our meeting today had been to discuss the possibility of expanding our operations to include other projects besides beekeeping. Since honey can't be harvested during winter time, it might be wise to consider something else to do in the meantime. Man, thanks, Shiori. Was praising your blog earlier, saying how neat it was that you posted content catered towards tourists.
私は趣味でやってるだけだし、見たい人が見てくれればいいから。
The personal blog that Judy runs is something of a guide to this town for people unfamiliar with it. She even writes about the community contribution efforts that the student council undertakes. Her blog is a major part of why I asked her to come along on this trip. It's a bit late, but have either of you had lunch yet?
私はまだだけど、私も一緒に食べようと思ってたから。
Sounds like a plan then. It's a bit of a ways out from here, but I did promise Yuki I'd visit her cafe this morning. Maybe we can go there.
二宮さん
Huh? I glance over towards the other side of the street to see Koshimizu waving in our direction. Accompanying her is a posse of girls who look like nothing much, who look like nothing so much as her bodyguards. Weird. Very weird. As the thought crosses my mind, she quickly says a few words to the other girls before crossing the street towards us.
こんなところで皆さんとお会いできるなんて偶然ですね。
Me neither. Were you hanging out with your friends?
はい、街を案内してくださるということでしたので。
They need that many people to do that? At a quick glance, I estimate there to be about a dozen of them.
それが以前一人で来た際、たくさんの男性に声をかけられて大変だったと話したんです。そしたら皆さん、そういうことなら任せてほしいと声をかけてくださって。
They are her bodyguards!
それで、皆さんは揃ってどちらへ？
We just finished up some student council errands and we're thinking of grabbing a bite to
お
eat.
食事ですか？なら、ご迷惑でなければ、私もご一緒していいですか？
Nope, fine by me. I turned to Shiori and Yamabuki, who also nod their approval. About your friends, though.
はい。皆さん、会長たちを見守る会の方ということでしたので、心よく送り出してくれました。なんだかすごい単語が聞こえた気がするけど。
Looks like they're steadily growing in numbers, too. The girls wave goodbye to us, and we wave back. After that, our group makes its way to the hourglass.
へえ、家がカフェになってるんだ。おしゃれなお店。
You've never been here before, Yamabuki?
ないけど、そんなに有名なお店？
Can't wait to see the look on her face when she finds out Yuki works here. No idea. I only came here for the first time a few weeks ago. Go ahead and lead the way inside the cafe.
いらっしゃいませ。カフェレストラン砂時計へようこそ。で、二宮くんいらっしゃい。早速会いに来てくれたの？
And reaction to the posse behind him in 3, 2, 1. Abandoning her waitress smile, she comes running over with an expression of pure delight. Swoosh.
食事です。
Swoosh.
4人なんですけど空いてますか？
Shiori and Yamabuki grab a firm hold of either arm, preventing Yuki from advancing any closer to me. Clap. Beaming brightly, the two of them share a high five behind her back. I can't give both of them one more, sadly.
2人ともそんな仲良かったっけ？ IC テル。今はお客さんいないから、お好きな席へどうぞ。へえ、ここって結城先輩の家だったんですか。イメージにぴったり。
Yuki then shows us to a table a bit further inside the restaurant.
ちょっと結城先輩、何があったか存じませんが、もう少し静かにしていただけませんこと？まあまあ、これでこそあやかねって感じでいいじゃん。
No customer, she said, but who else do we find but Kosuke and Alba sitting at the table next to us sipping tea? Oh, hey you two, fancy seeing you here.
あら、先輩方もお揃いで。何を騒いでいたのかと思えば、そういうことでしたのね。
Perhaps all of Yuki's energy when we came in was just a byproduct of her boredom.
だからってダメだよ、お姉ちゃん。お手伝いだってお仕事なんだから。今のはちょっとテンションが上がっちゃったというか。
Also, I'm currently having stealth beer. Which I mean, haha, it's actually an alcohol-free one. I actually have 3 more normal ones, but I still had 3 alcohol-free ones. So, I have tricked you. You thought I was on my 4th bottle of beer, but I was not. Technically. Turn off the fan, maybe.
ごめんなさい。うん。わかったなら、二宮先輩たちのお水を持ってきてくれる？
Yuki heads behind the counter at her little sister's behest. Seems they're both working the store today. Do you mind if we sit at this table next to you, Kosuke?
ええ、構いませんが、せっかくですし、6人で座れるようテーブルをくっつけましょうか。
What the hell's their deal? I would 100% sit at this table. They're probably sitting at these 2 tables. Shiori and the other girls begin staring menacingly at one another. I can very nearly see sparks flying from their eyes. Slide.
お隣座ってもいいですか？
Sure, go right ahead. So that's what this was about. Thud.
私もいいよね。
I mean, you don't really have to ask me for permission. Julia clings to my other arm, looking at me with pleading eyes. But yeah, you can.
なんですと！
いえ、山吹先輩こそ何なんですの？そのおかしな活用系は。
Though secretly overjoyed, I do my best to keep it from showing on my face.
ちょっとこんなのずるいじゃない。だいたい早い者勝ちって誰が決めたのよ。
でも山吹さん、初めのことを本気で好きじゃないって設定なんだよね。恋愛解禁を撤回させるため、仕方なーく初めに告白したって設定なんだよね。
It's a bit late to be bringing that up now, but in truth, I still haven't figured out her true intentions behind that.
だからごめんね。今日だけは本当に好きな人に譲ってくれないかな。
それは。
設定、あるよね。花森先輩、清楚な見かけによらず、えげつないことをなさいますのね。しおりね、お兄のこととなると本気になるからね。
Kosuke is surveying this battle scene relatively calmly.
そうよ。本気で好きじゃないんだから、悔しくなんてないんだからね。
If you're sticking to that story, then stop looking at me like you're about to cry.
では、お話がまとまったところで、私は先輩の正面のお席をいただきますわね。
隣じゃなくてよかったの？
ええ。だってお隣では、先輩のお顔がよく見られませんから。
Everybody here seems to have their own respective ideas of which position is optimal. But we've more or less reached a seating arrangement where everyone is happy, so we all take our seats without further ado. I don't think Yamabuki's happy about this.
愛しいてる。はい、二宮くん。特製ふわとろオムライスね。
About 15 minutes after we place our orders, our table is filled with plates of food. Yuki's apparently on break herself, so she pulls up a chair and joins us at the table. Everything really looks delicious, Yuki. Kushim Mizu's pancakes, Shiori's seafood doria, and Yamabuki's spaghetti alle vongole bianco. I have no idea if that's actually how you pronounce that. It smells mesmerizing, and the beautiful color palette alone is enough to make me salivate.
美味しそうじゃなくて、本当に美味しいの。
Of course, my apologies.
わかればよろしい。
It's kind of cute how prideful she's being, even if it is a bit childish. I haven't had anything all morning, so I'm starving. Tempted again. What?
ずっと食べてなかったって、やっぱり私のせい？
No, it really isn't. You're fine. This meal will be worth the wait either way. Honestly, those dating rumors had been floating around even before this morning. Yamabuki had nothing to do with it.
ですが、二宮さん、私がお渡ししたアンパンは食べなかったんですか？
Sorry. I'll take out the aforementioned sweet roll from my bag and show it to her. I just couldn't bring myself to eat it after seeing you pull it out from you know where.
あんなところ？ちょうど谷間にしまっていただけで、まだ開けてなかったんですよ。谷間。
Like she stored a whole ass sweet roll and a carton of milk in there. That is actually kind of impressive.
ちょっと小清水かすみ、食べ物をなんてとこにしまってんのよ。すっぽり入っちゃいましたので。入っちゃいましたので、じゃない。あんた、どんだけ胸大きいのよ。勝てない。
Oh, you would have no place to fucking complain. Look at fucking poor old Yui over here.
お金で解決できない格差社会ですわ。
It can buy you plastic surgery, though. Wait, what? Stop funneling yourselves, damn it!
それと一緒に胸から出したミルクもありましたよね。そちらは飲んでもらえましたか？
You're doing this on purpose. I know for a fact that you are. This milk had been in a paper carton. I drank it without a second thought.
二宮くん、ご飯中に、そういうエッチなことは、ちょっと。
It's not what it sounds like, I promise!
アウト！不純異性行為禁止！やるなら私にしてくださいとあれほど言ったじゃないですか！
Are you even listening to yourself?
勝てる！今の私なら勝てる気がする！
Now Ruki's breasts jiggle as she crosses her arms underneath them, lifting them up. Those puppies are huge!
大きくたって、触り心地が良くなきゃ、初めだって満足しないから。花森さん、落ち着いて。
Like she just goes behind her, just grabs Yamabuki. Let's go again. Looks at her hands. Shit.
いかがでして？気持ちいい。先輩、どうして世の中はこんなにも不平等ですの？
What do you want me to say?
ふみ、クリームソーダおかわりしていい？
Sure, go right ahead. Drink until you turn green. Somebody please get the situation under control.
皆さん、お食事は静かにしましょうね。
I'm scared. Crack. I can almost hear the sound of the air freezing still. The rowdy commotion instantly settles down once Mocha makes her appearance. While later we finish eating our belated lunch. With the exception of Yamabuki and Shiri, who had been it had been an utter coincidence running into everyone today. We decided to part ways after our meal, though, since everyone had their own respective things to do today. All of us except me, that is. It's still too early to call it an evening. Going straight home would feel a bit wasteful. Everybody did seem pretty enthusiastic about the idea of a date, though. Maybe we should consider it. But I have to approach it the right way. I can't just go up to one of them and blurt out, "Hey, wanna go on a date?" Instead, I should start by saying something like, "I wanted to talk to you a bit more." That'll serve as a more natural lead-in. Well, I've got my plan. Now who should I ask? Private approach, secondary events. Pick your favorite girl. Choose me this time. A way to get to know the girls a little better, one by one. Okay, so what I'm basically gonna do is I'm always gonna choose the one that I gave the most hearts. Which in this case would be Yamabuki. You may be saying that I'm very biased right now. However, it probably the big advantage she has that she was like there right at the beginning. So that gave her a bunch of points already. And later I get more hesitant to like take it away from someone else in order to add it to someone else. So yeah, anyways, what girl do you want to see? It says down here. But they move their mouths when you move over them. Just... They also blush a bit. Anyways, Yamabuki. Hey, Yamabuki, got a minute?
ああ、二宮くんどうしたの？一人？
That's what I was wanting to ask you, actually. Yamabuki is a surprisingly fast walker. I made it all the way to the park near the foot of the bridge leading to the school before I had managed to catch up with her. And it was here that I finally found her sitting on a bench gazing out absent-mindedly at the sea. Seemed pretty worn out. Everything all right?
ええ、平気よ。ちょっと走ったから少し休んでただけ。
She didn't seem to be in much of a rush, though. But maybe I should hold off on asking her out on a date just in case.
そういう二宮くんこそ誰かと遊びに行ったんじゃなかったの？
Why'd you hear that?
だってほら、今からならまだデートする時間だってあるし。
True. Coincidentally, that's the reason why I chased after her. Though we're nearly back to the school where we are now.
まったく何やってるのよ。せっかくこっちまで来たんだし、噂なんて気にしないで誰か誘えばよかったじゃない。
But the way this conversation is going, I should be able to ask her. Are you saying you wouldn't mind going out with someone else? Are you saying you wouldn't mind me going out with someone else?
そんなこと私に聞いてどうするのよ。決めるのはそっちでしょ。
Well, you did say you wanted to have an inappropriate relationship with me in order to bring back the ban of romance. That's why you had to confess to me, right?
ああ、そうだったわね。
I'm practically convinced that she made up that reason for her confession on the spot. Well, that's why I'm here, to ask you out.
そう、いい心がけね。
Sweet. Let's get down to it then.
いきなりエッチ？
I'm talking about the date!
ああ。
She's the most perverted one out of the entire cast, isn't she?
知ってたけどね。
Actually, she might be actually surprisingly innocent, while Kasumi is actually the most perverted one. Or Yui.
二宮くんがどのくらい必死なのか試しただけなんだから。
She looks at me wide-eyed, face blushing furiously. Though I hadn't meant to embarrass her like this, I can't help but smile at the adorable way she's freaking out. Still, I'll need to be a little pushy if I wanted to be honest with her feelings. Where should we go?
そうね。商店街は知った顔に合いそうだし、ビクパもきっと人が多いし。
Victorian Palace, or VIX for short, is the largest shopping mall in the area. We've learned about that. Seeing as how it's a Saturday afternoon, there are bound to be plenty of kids from our school hanging around there.
水族館は、もし誰かに見られでもしたら絶対誤解されそうだし。寮に戻りましょう。
For our date?
それは、二宮くんは知らないかもしれないけど、お部屋デートみたいなのもあるんだから。
Yeah, I know that, but still. Does that mean we're hanging out in your room? Oh, gee, I'm pretty nervous. I've never been in your room before, Yamabuki.
やっぱそれはなし。
As expected. Then why don't we go to VIX? I'm sure there's a ton of people, but you know what they say. The best place to hide a tree is in a forest.
そうとも言うわね。
あれ、 吉野じゃない？あ、ほんとだ。って一緒にいるの会長じゃない？
吉野頑張って
If I remember correctly, those girls had been ardent supporters of hers ever since the student council elections. I'd heard they nearly had a falling out recently. Fortunately, however, it seems they've managed to keep their relationship good and strong. I think they're talking to you, Yamabuki. Aren't you gonna say anything back? Something back.
いいの。二宮君には関係ないことだから。むしろお願いだから首を突っ込まないで。
I reflexively back up as Yamabuki steps towards me with an alarmed expression on her face. If she comes any closer, her booze might just hit me. And that would only make her more angry than she already is.
ごめんなさい。別に私、ひどいこと言うつもりはなくて。
You're fine. I didn't take any offense to it.
でも、いきなり大きな声出したし、傷つけちゃったんじゃ。
Given her straight-laced personality, she probably has no idea I was actually thinking about her breasts. And now that I think about it, I should be the one apologizing. Actually,
なになに、もう血はげんか？こんなとこでイチャイチャするとか、吉野もなかなか大胆ね。
Sounds like your friends are being pretty chatty over there. Are you sure you don't want to go over and set the record straight?
あの吉野が女の子してる。お赤飯炊いてあげる。
So these girls were supposed to have been against the ban on relationships? Because I don't buy it.
あなたたち私のお母さんか。
They just all simultaneously look her in the eyes. Yes. I guess the cat's out of the bag now.
あなた一番関係ないでしょ。
あれはまさか性転換手術をした後姿をくらませたという第三のお母さん。
私お母さん何人いるのよ。
Though her friends had been staunch critics of mine, we've never actually spoken much face to face. Thanks to this little exchange, I get the feeling that I might be able to get along surprisingly well with these girls.
ああ、もう。まったく、どいつもこいつも。引くわよ、二宮君。
Read from ear to ear, she scrounges up the last scraps of her dignity as she pushes me from behind, urging me to run away.
吉野、どこ行くの？
私の勝手でしょ。
もしかして二人でデート？
Squeeze. The word date must have set her off. Her hand is clenched tightly around my uniform. We were actually planning to go on a date, but maybe it'd be better to deny it in front of them. Real-time click. Things can happen spontaneously. You need to react quick. The outcome will depend on the timing of your click. Time won't wait for you. Think fast. What are we supposed to tell them?
私みたいな堅物女がデートっておかしくないのかしら。この際恋人って誤解されるのはともかくとして、それで二宮君に迷惑かかったりしない？大丈夫？
Feels like she's wandering off into her own little world again. Hey, Earth to Yamabuki.
あ、どうしたの？
You're talking out loud, you know. Did you really want to go on a date with me?
独り言？デート？
おお、これはやっぱりデートの予感？
いや、そういう関係じゃないって何度言ったらわかるのよ。
She starts pushing even harder, desperate to escape the conversation as soon as possible. But why do I have to run away too? Why do I have to run away too? I look back at her teasing friends, but they're only smiling back at us. Some waving, some setting us off with a triumphant raising of their fists. I'm not honestly sure what caused the change of heart in them. But I'm glad to see that they're happy, regardless of whether opinions they held, regardless of whatever opinions they held of me in the past. Maybe I've gained their trust. I should really sit down and have a proper conversation with them the next chance I get. Though I feel reasonably satisfied with this, Yamabuki appears to be anything but. She continues pushing me from behind, and we head towards the door. plan. We'll try to do a day of each part. But well, would you look at that? That actually was kind of an accident. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.